Welcome to another day in paradise. It's very slightly chillier today. I've got a little fleece on, as you can see. The wind's gone around a little bit northwesterly and apparently it's picking up a bit. So that might make the sea conditions slightly more interesting. And the plan today is, we are in Plymouth, as you probably know if you've been keeping tabs. So we've come from Falmouth, we dropped into Foy, which was there, and then we came on up to Plymouth and we are in here. Today we're coming out of Plymouth, we're heading back east again, up the coast. We're probably going to go into Salcombe, and then we're going to come round the corner up to here across Dart Bay. I'm back into Dartmouth. Greg is carrying on to Tor Bay, where he keeps his boat. I say probably because the wind is forecast to pick up. We're going to take a view on the sea conditions as we come up. If we feel it's picking up a little bit, we might just press on round, but we'll see how we get on. Fingers crossed. I don't think it's going to be too bad, but you can never tell till you're out there.
Morning, Nicholas.
Good morning, Mr. Gregory.
Well, here we are.
Another day on the big adventure.
Fantastic.
So all set for the last leg?
Yes, yeah, for sure. It's just been amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing. It's so much fun, and yeah. Sadly, if I only had somebody I liked to do this with.
I know, can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Yeah, rather than put up with me.
I think Sally wants me home now, though.
Yes, where are you? Excellent. Well, should we do it?
Yeah, let's go for it. Ropes are staying in because we need to use them.
Absolutely. We are locking out this morning. There we go, as Greg mentioned, we're going to need these in a moment.
We're back in the sunshine, which is nice, and we're just waiting for the green light, and you can just see the lock doors, if that's the right word, are just starting to open. Nick will explain this in more detail to you, of course.
So the lock gates this morning are closed. You can see them there just starting to open. And the reason for these is because they maintain a level of water in here, so that when a tide goes out there, they can close those and keep the water in here. But the lock gates then allow the boats to float in. They can close these back ones then, open the front ones, the water level drops as it runs out, takes the boats down with it, almost like a lift, and then you float out at the lower level that the tide is at on the outside. So at high water, the water's at the same sort of height, you can just come straight through as we did yesterday. At low water, this is what we need to do, is lock in and out. For that reason, it maintains the water level inside the harbour. Okay, so we've got green lights, you can see them just above Greg, which means we can now go into the lock. Gates are open. We've got a sailing boat going in as well, so there's 3 of us going through. And to get into there, get tied up, and then we'll go down, basically. Yes, potential hazard, I know, I can see it. It's a lock. There we go.
Smuggler's Blues, Sutton Lock. Just follow Bowley's in.
Safely tied up. The doors are closing. Bye bye Plymouth. Thank you very much for looking after us.
Okay, well, lock gates are closing behind us.
It's okay, Nick, I got it. Those are the other doors we're waiting to open up once we're down to the correct level, and we'll be on to our next stage of the journey. Fantastic.
So these lock gates are now shut. These ones will open. The water will run out because the tide is lower on the other side of those, and this will lower as the water runs out, and we'll be at the right height to sail out. So right now, this wall is at shoulder height. We'll see where it is in a minute. In fact, you might be able to see that. We are dropping as I speak. Head height now, still going down. Look at it now. Now I have to reach up to touch the top of that wall. That's in a space of about a minute and a half, 2 minutes. It's really dropping quite quickly. It's clever, isn't it? That's it, we're right down. I now cannot even reach the top of that wall that was at shoulder height 5 minutes ago. That's how far down we've got. The next job then is to rid ourselves of this swing bridge, because clearly that boat there ain't going through without that moving. We probably would, we'd go under it. But you can see the lights possibly flashing on it. That'll swing out of the way now. There it goes. It's quite the operation. It's all operated from this building here. The gates are only very partially open to control the flow of water out. Now that we're all the way down, they'll open fully, and in fact they're doing that right now. If you look underneath the bridge, you'll see them opening. We are now at a different height. We're at the outside height, not the in the harbour height. And that's it, we're good to go. Cheek with the bow thruster, rock and roll. Very nervous chart plotter this morning. And there we are, back on the outside. Remarkable. Right, let's get these lines and fenders off. Yes, yes, we're okay, we're okay. You're all right. There we go, fenders neatly stowed, lines stowed, tenders in the race position. We're good to go. So route is in. If I zoom in, you'll see it. As ever, the pink line going all the way around there. We've got a distance, this is to Salcombe, of 18.2 miles. It's giving us an ETA of 12 o'clock. It's currently 9 o'clock, and that's because we're only doing about 6 knots. Obviously when we pick the speed up, ETA will drop. But if we carried on at this speed, that's how long it would take apparently. There's a big cruise ship in, we're going to have a little look at that. It would be quite nice to head up and explore around Plymouth, but we're kind of heading home. I think that's a little voyage for another day. We might come down here again and do that. Plymouth is only a couple of hours away from home base after all, and we're becoming quite the voyagers now. So yeah, we're just going to head on out, have a run up the coast, go and have a look at Salcombe, and then make the final lap home.
Big cruise ship out there. I think we should go and take a little look. It's at anchor and it's shuttling people back and forth. So that means it's safe to approach it, and we're going to have a little look.
worth mentioning, I think, that the Cornish border, as I understand it, is pretty much where that headland is, going obviously then inland. So we're back across the border and we're back into England. So that's nice. But it was lovely to visit Cornwall. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. According to my AIS, that is Ambience, which I'm sure is the one that we saw down in Falmouth. And this is all the information of it. It is currently stationary, but yes, you can see here it's a big boat there. GPS speed 0.1 knot. It's actually not moving at all. That's just obviously a little bit of drift. Navigation status is at anchor, and we got dimensions of 245 meters by 35 meters. So all the info for that boat is there. Clever, isn't it? And we can push that button and call it with the radio. We won't do that. And we're away yet again on the adventures. There is a speed limit in Plymouth Sound. I think it's about 10 knots. However, boats under 15 metres, which we clearly are exempt. So we're able to get the hammer down a little bit. Cruise out across Plymouth Sound at a nice steady 20 knots. Lovely.
They're not built to be pretty, are they?
We're cruising at 23 knots at the moment. We've got a distance to go now of 16 miles and we've got an ETA of 9:53. Current time is 9:10, so we're literally about 45 minutes up to Salcombe from here. Not long at all. We're back out into the channel proper once we go around this headland over here. This headland that we're going up on here is Bolt Tail. If I show you on the chart, we came out of Plymouth, we came across here. This is Bolt Tail just here. Then there's Bolt Head, and then we go round into Salcombe. So Bolt Tail is the nearest one, Bolt Head is the next one further up, and then round there, and we're into Salcombe. Distance to go is about 4.5 miles.
We have been so lucky this week for this amazing adventure. Look at this sea state, just amazing. The sea gods have aligned, ready for our week, and it's the last day. And just up ahead is Salcombe. And that's our next port. And coincidentally, where I did my level 2 powerboat course. in February, which is quite exciting. Fantastic. Get in. Just a little addendum to the previous video. I didn't do it this February. I did it February about 10 years ago. That's a level 2 powerboat course, that is. And it was a lot of fun. Highly recommend it. Anybody in the UK who boats, get that course done. Teaches you an awful lot.
This is quite an inhospitable looking bit of coastline in many ways, isn't it? Very steep-sided, very granity, but very beautiful nonetheless. You can see here we're pushing a bit of tide. We were cruising at 23, the revs are the same, we're now doing 21, and that's because we've got a couple of knots of tide against us. Just like moving forward on a very, very slowly moving travelator going the other way. And there's this Bolt Head coming up. Look at this coastline. Just fantastic. A glorious place. There, my friends, is Salcombe with a huge super yacht, or just outside of it. It's interesting we're seeing more super yachts in the UK. Really interesting. Never used to see any. Seen a few on this trip. Fantastic, just fantastic. Well, there's a surprise. We're going to go and have a look at the super yacht. I had a feeling we might be. Can't not though, look at that, that is incredible. I think it's this one here, let's give it a prod. Unknown vessel, AIS vessel, unknown craft. Not much information on that one at all.
Wow, just look at this place. When we got the weather, you wouldn't want to be anywhere else than in the UK.
Will you look at that? Bow doors for the tender, or tenders probably. It's a Lursen. Look at the way they've coloured the back part of those decks so that you get like a coupe shape, but you still got the decks coming out. That is pretty spectacular. Let me tie up and do a yacht tour. Look at the swimming pool on the back, just there. And there's the tender. Wow. That's quite the tender, isn't it? See with the anchors down here, you can see the anchor chain and the anchor ball up on the front, saying that it's anchored. That is a beast. That is a beast. These rods sticking out on this side, so if the tender comes along on that side, they can hold it off of the boat. Good tiny little Jano next to it. A minnow next to a whale. Or maybe a shark. Nice. Okay, let's go and see what Salcombe has to offer. This is another very, very pretty place on the south coast. So we'll take you in and show you.
Look at this place.
You can see the channel markers as you come in. There's a red one here, for example, and there's a green one just up there. And basically, as you enter the harbour, you keep the red buoys on your port side, the left-hand side, and the green on the starboard, or the right-hand side, as you look forward down the boat, that is. I believe in America it's the other way around, and they are green to the port side and red to the starboard as you enter. So they are the inverted commas correct way around as you come out. But here in the UK, this is definitely the right way around. One thing Salcombe definitely has is some absolutely beautiful beaches. You can see them all the way up this side of the estuary, but also over here as well. The coves, the inlets, lovely beaches. Salcombe Harbour, this is Smuggler's Blues 2, over.
Station calling Salcombe Harbour. Good morning, Gad.
Good morning, Salcombe Harbour. We've just come round from Plymouth actually on our way up to Dartmouth, but we'd like to stop for a few hours if it's possible, and I'm wondering if you've got any spare visitor buoys, over.
Station calling Salcombe Harbour. Can you just say again, are you looking for a short stay or overnight, over?
Just for short stay, probably for about 2 or 3 hours, something like that, and it is 2 8-metre motorboats, over.
Yeah, that's all received. If you carry on making your way up the harbour on your port hand side, I've got Victor 12, which is an orange buoy, just behind a shrimper type boat. You're more than welcome to raft together on that mooring for a short stay, over.
Victor 12, that's fantastic, thank you very much. There's a huge flybridge boat in the middle, a big Princess, about 70 foot. Are we up past that somewhere, are we, over?
Yeah, if you go past that, carry on up, and on your port hand side, as I said, there's a blue hold shrimper type boat, and then it's the next mooring past that, over.
Perfect. Victor 12, we will hop onto there. Thank you so much. This is Smuggler's Blues out. This very elegant boat here is a Princess 37 from about the mid-70s. Isn't that still a great looking boat? Well proportioned, just a nice thing. And that berth is Victor 4. We're a little bit further on up, I would imagine. I like that. I just spotted the berth we're on. Victor 11 is that one, Victor 12 is that one, and just over there. I'm going to have to put you down for a minute because I'm going to need both hands for this. This is the fellow we want. Gotcha. There we are. Filming and picking up a buoy simultaneously. That's quite something, isn't it? That is going to do us very nicely. Perfect. Greg's preparing fenders. We're good to go. Right, we'll get Greg alongside and we'll be back to you shortly.
This is a nice spot, Nick.
do, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Oh, this is just amazing though, isn't it?
fantastic.
Love it.
And look, here comes the rib that I did my powerboat course on all them years ago. I think he's an Aquaholic fan.
Well, somebody's got to be.
Yeah, well, it's one of them.
One of the two.
Roger, that's fine, thank you very much, Ed.
We've decided to be lazy, and rather than launch the tender, we've called the yacht taxi. So they're going to come pick us up and run us ashore. I don't know how well you can see this, but there's a jet ski going past with a lady wearing not a wetsuit as normal, but a dress.
Hopping to the shops.
Yes, welcome to Salcombe. There we go, this is the yacht taxi. Look at that. I shall be the 100th person today to say you've done that before. Thank you very much indeed. Sorry, I was forgetting my dad.
Cheers. Alright. Easy.
God, this chaos of boats. Welcome to Salcombe. Is that a VHF radio antenna, or are you just pleased to see me?
I'm very pleased to see you as always, Nicholas.
Had a little bit of a retail accident in Cuba sales. What do you think? Dapper, huh?
Sorry. Look at the state of you. Get your collar down.
Oh, sorry.
Good
Didn't dress very
Lord.
well. Yes, I bought, well, everything really, and whatever was left, Greg bought. Brilliant. Well, thank you, Cuba Sales.
Hilarious. There are more high brand shops in Salcombe, I think, than anywhere else.
It is quite the place, isn't it? Ah, Devon Boat Sales. Another chap's in there.
This is fab.
Isn't it just? We've lost Greg. I suspect. There he is. Heading upstairs.
Can't resist it. This is a fab place.
Yeah.
We had such fun here.
Look at this. Look at that. What have we got here, Greg?
gin. That's all we got here.
Wow, look at that. I don't understand how you know so much about this when you're teetotal. Well, you seem to be choking. We better move over here.
This is where I started my boating.
Really?
Yeah. So, when we trailered, this was our go-to.
Wow.
Trailer down here.
Okay. And what sort of boat was that?
That was the 14-foot Fletcher, the first boat.
Yep.
And we also did it with the 19-foot Fletcher.
Okay.
And then I took the decision to put the 19-foot onto the Marina in Brixham.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
Yes, and look at us now.
Absolutely. But it just goes to show, doesn't it? Starting with a 14-footer.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and everybody starts somewhere.
Well, Nicholas, what? It's not the end yet. But
Not
what
the end
a
yet.
fantastic adventure.
It is unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. This is beyond anything. You know, I thought it would be good. Of course I did, and I hoped it would be good. But this is way, way beyond.
Oh,
this
gosh.
has just been superb.
Yes, the everything aligned to get this weather.
Yep, we've been very lucky.
So how long ago when we chose this week? It was about 6 weeks back.
Yeah, we just hoped for the best, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's put it in the diary. Let's do it,
Yeah.
and we've done it.
Awesome. The two together over here. Either, really.
Anyone will do.
Yeah.
Cheers, buddy.
Fantastic. Absolute Mont. Back on board. I feel like I live here now, and that's not a bad feeling.
Right, we have power. How do you want to do this? Me again?
Yeah, you first.
Okay.
That's it, mate. You're away.
Perfect.
See you out there.
Go down a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you've got the end wet. There we are. We're adrift. Good. Nice rock. Nice windy, I think a windy Chinook, 44 foot. Lovely bit of kit. See the tide's running around this buoy. So we're basically punching the tide going out, which is why instead of doing the 6 knots we would normally be doing at this speed, we're actually doing just over 4, because we're pushing 2 knots of tide. Let's see if we can get around this little rib. Just the job. Well, thank you, Salcombe. That's been brilliant. I really enjoyed that. A little bit of blue sky again. Things are looking good. And the super yacht's got the shell door open at the bow for the tender. Let's go have a little look, shall we? you can get a real sense of the scale. I don't know if you can see the crew member that stood inside the tender garage, and obviously you can see the crew member on the tender itself.
So look at smugglers compared to that super yacht. And I think that's the super yacht's tender that's just launched from the side.
2 crew members in there. It's a big boat, isn't it? Wow. The tender's as big as me. Fantastic. We are away. Let's go. Okay, so sit rep, current time about 25 to 1. I have put the River Dart in as the next arrival point, and the auto route has done the business. If I wind out on here, you'll see it. It's winding out a little bit too far, isn't it? There we go. So we're going out. I'll show you on this one. We're coming out of Salcombe. We're going round Brawl Point, we're going round Start Point, and then we're going up to Dartmouth. We're probably going to stop for lunch on the way. So we're heading fairly well out. You get quite a lot of races and overfalls and that kind of thing around some of these headlands. So we're going to head out about a mile out to sea and go around the outside of it all. These sorts of conditions shouldn't be too bad, but there's already more swell here than we've seen pretty much anywhere else. That's not to say there's much swell, having said that. Still very benign, but yeah, we're going to keep ourselves outside and hopefully avoid anything too unpleasant. It's getting hard to see again. 2 I've nearly hit. Because the tide's running, it's pulling them right down. And a bit of swell as well. Really got to keep your eyes open. Look, a big Princess. S78 maybe. Nice. Start point over there. It's a little bit more exciting coming around here. There is the infamous start point. You can see the lighthouse. That's our local Cape Horn. It should be pretty benign today, hopefully. But if we're going to get any rough water anywhere, it's going to be our start point. Because that is the one place that it does sometimes pick up. We'll see how we get on. But, I'm not expecting anything too unpleasant at all. But definitely more swell here than we've had anywhere else on the trip, that's for sure. This boat runs through this sort of stuff beautifully. Look at this. There's the wash from that Princess. Nice, no slamming, no nothing. No spray across the boat. Fabulous. Well, this is absolutely calm around here. This is fantastic. The one place where my head chopped up, and look at it. Flat as anything. We are hitting this right on slack tide deliberately, and that will help. but yeah, this is just amazing. Look at this. Let's run him right past start, shall we? Now look at it calm up here. See, it's just a little bit of swell and chop here, and then we'll cross our threshold right here, and then it just smooths right out as we come under the shelter of Start Bay, start point. Just incredible. It's like crossing a line.
That's us round Start Point. Brilliant. Look at this. Look at this. I can't begin to tell you what this trip has meant to me. Just incredible. I know I keep saying 5 years in the making, but my God, it's been incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you, dreams.
And we're back in Start Bay. We're back home pretty much. We're certainly back onto our own stamping grounds, that's for sure. Current time, bang on 1 o'clock, lunchtime. How fabulous, how absolutely fabulous. Now tuck us up close onto the cliffs in the hope of getting out of what little breeze there is, so it'll be nice and sheltered, and that will do us nicely.
What a place to have lunch. What racket. Walking deck chair.
And that, I think, is the perfect spot for lunch. We're back in our stamping grounds, and it's just, honestly, you almost lose the words. It's just beautiful. This whole trip has been incredible. Just can't believe it, really. I just can't believe it. It's only been a few days. I feel like I've been on the boat for 3 months, and it's just been such a blast. It's been so good. Right, I'm gonna have some lunch. We've not rafted alongside just because there's a little bit of swell in here, and the boats bumping together just doesn't, even with fenders, it's not really very nice. So we've anchored separately. We're gonna have lunch, and that'll be about it for the afternoon. Head for home, I guess. Look at this, though.
Well, I've had worse views for lunch. That is a Devon pasty. Don't quite know what makes it different, but that's what it's called. Still tastes like a pasty.
Lunch has been lunched. I had a very nice sausage roll which I bought at the Salcombe, and some Kit Kats and some crisps. And I'm just sat here now, utterly replete, utterly relaxed, and I cannot believe just what an absolutely brilliant trip we've had. It has been off the scale fantastic, and it's just, yeah, it's hard to put into words really, but yeah, we're just chilling out here in the sunshine. Well, a bit of shade, it's quite hot today, but a wonderful place to be. My learned colleague is reading the James Blunt autobiography that I gave him. If you've not read it, it's worth a read. It's very funny. Does appear to be worryingly naked. I'm glad he's not on my boat, he's on his boat. I don't think he is actually, but you know. And yeah, the start point is just over there, about 8 miles from the River Dart. Just neither of us in any hurry whatsoever for this to end. So we're not going to let it for a while, we're just going to relax. Oh, just brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant.
Well, I've just awoken from a very nice nap. An old man nap. And speaking of old men napping, look at that for a sight. The Burnham is sleeping. Shush now. The Burnham is sleeping. Oh, flipping marvellous. Look at this. Just fantastic.
I've had a little snooze and I've woken up to find that Greg has got his feet in the water and he's lowered his bathing platform ladder. I think he's going swimming. The man's insane.
The best way to end a trip like this is to do this. Marvellous. Next stop, the Dart. Say ta to Nick. And then on to Brixham. Not in Brixham for me. And then back to reality. Shame.
I am so relaxed that I can barely stand, let alone swim.
Swim over to you.
Do that.
Nicholas? The last blast? Double thumbs up. Right, here we go. Engines on. Here we go. Rock and roll. Hey.
It is 4:15 and I am feeling about as relaxed as it's possible to be whilst retaining a heartbeat. I'm so utterly chilled out. I'm just had such a great time and I'm just so relaxed. It's just been brilliant. It's been exactly what was needed, and yeah, it's been fabulous.
really amazing adventure.
We did it! We did it!
Get it!
That is about as good as it gets, isn't it?
Oh, the best, man. The best.
Yeah.
Till the next one.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You're home.
Greg, it's been an absolute joy, my friend.
Been amazing.
You have a good trip back to Brixham.
Love you, mate. I'll message you later.
Absolutely. You take care.
Buddy.
Cheers. Bye.
Hello, seconds!
And that, my friends, is a wrap. See you on the next one.